Hi there, everybody. This is lesson 512, and it's about choosing a trig tool. We've talked a little bit about this already in class when I introduced sine and cosine, but it sometimes is tricky picking between those three tools, sine, cosine, and tangent. So it's worth a little extra practice and instruction on it. So we know that the sine of an angle, we're using this angle A here up here at the top. The sine of angle A is the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. Sine of A is opposite over hypotenuse. The cosine of A is the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. And the tangent is the opposite over the adjacent. And that was presented before. And that's really the key in picking a tool in these problems down here. So if you're looking for the opposite side and you know the hypotenuse, then that would be a case where you would use sine. If you knew the opposite side and were looking for the adjacent side, well, opposite and adjacent, that's tangent. So you'd use tangent in that case. And that's really how you figure it out. I'm also going to give you an easy way to remember all of this stuff. And it's one word, and that word is SOHCAHTOA. And the S stands for sine, the O is opposite, and the H is hypotenuse. So SOHCAHTOA tells us that sine is the opposite side over the hypotenuse. And that the cosine, that's C, is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. And tangent, that's the T, is opposite over adjacent. So if you can remember this word, SOHCAHTOA, then you've really just memorized all of this information up here. So I want you to pause the video for a second and see if you can pick which one, sine, cosine, or tangent, you would use for each of these problems. Again, pause the video and choose between sine, cosine, and tangent for these three. Welcome back. Hopefully you've made an attempt at these. Let's take a look here a little closer. For this one we have this 40-degree angle, so that's the one we're going to use, 40 degrees. 5 is the adjacent side, and x is the hypotenuse. Adjacent and hypotenuse, you can look up here, here's adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine, or here's adjacent and hypotenuse, that's cosine. So this one we're going to use cosine. Cosine of 40 is the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. And there's the setup. The solving is the same that we've been doing in class over the last few days. Let's take a look at this next one. Here we have the 31 degrees, so that's the angle we look at. X is the hypotenuse because it's across from the 90, so we've got the hypotenuse. 11 is the opposite side, so we've got opposite and hypotenuse. Well, opposite and hypotenuse, that's sine. So this middle one, we use sine. Sine of 31 degrees equals the opposite side over the hypotenuse. I'm going to change this problem. Sorry, folks. Put that 12 over there. Now this last one, we got this 12-degree angle. X is the opposite side to the 12. 6 is the adjacent side, so we got opposite and adjacent. Well, opposite and adjacent, that's tangent. Here it is right here too. Opposite and adjacent is tangent. So for this one, we'll use tangent. And again, the solving works just like it did in the previous lessons. Again, the key here, picking between sine, cosine, and tangent. Hope that helps. Talk to you soon.